Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and Kitco News has put out an interesting video here. This is Andy Schectman on Kitco News. Here we go.
In a major shift, Saudi Arabia has let the petrodollar agreement expire, opting to sell oil in multiple currencies instead of exclusively using the US dollar. The agreement of the past 50 years expired on June 9th. Now, the so-called petrodollar deal reportedly stipulated that Saudi Arabia would price its oil exports exclusively in US dollars and invest its surplus oil revenues in US Treasury bonds. In exchange, the US would provide military support and protection to the kingdom. This helped the US dollar cement its position as the world's reserve currency and ushered in an era of American prosperity. So Saudi Arabia, now looking to move beyond an exclusive relationship with the U.S., marks a significant change in global economic dynamics and could have far-reaching implications for the U.S. dollar's dominance. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia's central bank has also joined a trial for a China-led central bank digital currency cross-border payment system known as Project Enbridge. And this could be another step towards less of the world's oil being traded in US dollars. And this all happens as the de-dollarization trend continues, with the BRICS Plus ministers of foreign affairs recently meeting in Russia. Members reiterated calls to ditch the dollar and use their own currencies in trade and financial transactions. And it's arguably the weaponization of the dollar after Russia's invasion of Ukraine that has accelerated the trend to de-dollarize. And as the BRICS members were meeting in Russia, in Italy, leaders of the G7 were also meeting, and they agreed to issue $50 billion in loans for Ukraine that are backed by the profits of frozen Russian sovereign assets. Now, ahead of the summit, the United States decided to expand sanctions on Russia and China. These new measures target Chinese companies that support Russia's efforts in Ukraine and aim to deter foreign financial institutions from dealing with sanctioned Russian entities. Now, this caused an immediate suspension of trading in dollars and euros on Russia's leading financial marketplace, the Moscow Exchange. And Russia has also now officially adopted the Chinese yuan as its primary foreign currency. And this all comes as China has been dumping its dollar assets. Beijing sold a record $53.3 billion worth of U.S. treasuries and agency bonds in the first quarter and has been piling into gold. The precious metal now makes up almost 5% of Chinese reserves, the highest since at least 2015. Now, not only are central banks buying gold at record levels, but they're also reducing their share of U.S. dollar reserves. According to the IMF, dollar reserves held by central banks fell to 58.4% during the fourth quarter of 2023. That is the lowest level in 25 years.
All right. Well, they just had a picture of Andy Schectman, didn't even let him talk, but it's still a very interesting video, and it reminds us that Miles Franklin is one of my sponsors. You can go up here and click sign up if you want to. This is where I buy my physical gold, and you can buy physical gold and you can use code DAI gold to do it, to get the best pricing. And that's Miles, it's MILESFRANKLIN.com. The link is in the top of the description. Then we've got this, talking about the housing market they're seeing things similar to the 2008 financial crisis. We live in some scary times, folks.
Despite record home prices and a lack of available inventory, there are many signs that trouble is on the horizon. And before you say, there are no indicators of a crash, nothing is going to happen.
The US economy is booming, the housing market is strong.
Which, by the way, is exactly what everyone said in 2006. There are repeat actions happening right now that directly led to the 2008 housing market crash. such as 0% down on a home. Yes, you heard me correctly. 0% is back and back with a vengeance, which of course brings up bad memories of lending to low-income home buyers against a backdrop of financial uncertainty and a toxic buildup of assets in banks, which you could argue is the same backdrop that we're seeing today.
It was the biggest year for bank collapses in our nation's history.
Tell you what, I've seen that movie before. Now, there was be careful out there. I did this way for a reason. There's a lot of controversy going on right now where somebody created a Donald Trump coin. It appears that somebody out there is trying to do some kind of pump and dump of this new meme coin around him, and they've tried to involve the president's son somehow. Well, against that backdrop, I'm seeing accounts popping up that are saying things like, well, didn't Donald Trump just meet with Ripple or something like that? And what they're trying to do is they know that there's views around XRP and Ripple, and same reason that the bad guys that stay here and don't leave the XRP community, they stay here to get the views that come with Ripple and XRP so that they can pump the tokens that they're wanting to pump. That's why they stay. It's never made any sense why they stay and keep trying to convince everybody that there's something wrong with XRP. They stay because they know they get views with it. And if they leave the XRP community, they won't get views. Well, scammers are drawn to it for the same reason. There's a reason that YouTube scam accounts do the fake Brad Garlinghouse live videos where he's doing live giveaways that are fake. They choose Ripple and XRP because they know that it'll get views. All right, so that's why I tweeted this from my account to see if there was any truth to it. Can anyone confirm that Ripple met with Trump recently? May have just been someone wanting clicks. And so JV the Great reminds us, though, I'm hearing that it did not happen recently. But this is a good reminder. Records reveal Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse met with the senior Trump administration officials in 2018. That did happen. I remember that. Okay, moving along. Michael Dell apparently posted this picture of the Cookie Monster eating Bitcoin. He can have it. All right, and then Stuart Alderati came out, and as usual, Coindesk is trying to promote anything it can think of negative on Ripple and or XRP. And so the Coindesk article that tried to make it look like Ripple was somehow in some dire jeopardy in this California lawsuit, it's now being corrected by Stuart Alderati. To be clear, the California judge dismissed all allegations suggesting that Ripple violated federal securities laws. The New York ruling that XRP is not a security stands undisturbed. One state law claim based on a 2017 statement is going to trial. The plaintiff, who didn't buy directly from Ripple, can't even say he heard the statement before he traded. Allegedly lost a couple of $100. We look forward to that cross-examination. Oh, there's no telling what kind of shadiness went on for this guy to bring that lawsuit. And then Brad Garlinghouse had retweeted this from Stuart Alderati. He said, Coindesk sigh. In other words, Coindesk, we know what you're up to, the standard stuff. But Cowboy Crypto is directly over the target. Look at this. Remember that Bullish owns Coindesk. Bullish Exchange CEO Tom Farley was standing next to Bill Hinman and Jack Ma at the Alibaba IPO. Look at this. The Tether people are intertwined too. Go figure. Then Meta Lawman had also corrected it. The decision handed down yesterday in the Ripple case class action is a clear win for Ripple. The class action is dead. The only claim left is a single count under state law by one plaintiff. The damages recoverable on that claim appear to be in the hundreds of dollars. I would expect the case to settle now that there is no financial incentive for the plaintiff to proceed to trial. And then from notfinancialadvice.crypto, who makes the the funniest and greatest videos around Ripple that there are, he says this 1996 book describes XRP and Ripple almost 30 years ago. Here's the quote. The idea of a single global currency XRP, makes sense when paired with a global information infrastructure Ripple that can move digital money around easily. Naturally, all of this will take a while to sort out. Do you really think Bitcoin just appeared out of nowhere in 2009 and took the powers that be by total surprise, or was it part of a much bigger and older plan to gradually introduce the future of money? Now we're talking. Let me finish this video with this. This is Ed Krasenstein, who is a major, I don't know if the word's Democrat or liberal supporter, major Biden supporter. This is not good news for Senator Elizabeth Warren, because this is someone who normally would align firmly with Senator Elizabeth Warren, throwing her overboard probably because he's pro-crypto, if I had to guess. Does John Deaton have a shot at defeating Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts? His political stances seem very moderate to me. Now, here's what I know about this guy. He's got a twin brother. I have seen a video going around the internet where they don't know they're being recorded, and they admit that they are being paid by the Democrats or that side to go under. I think the video said that they were paid to go underneath Donald Trump tweets and to, try to combat anything he says or whatever. So my question, knowing that, is who paid them to say this? Because we know that they're not paid from Trump and his people. Are the Democrats now paying to get these guys to throw? Do the Democrats now know that Elizabeth Warren needs to be thrown overboard? That's what I'm thinking and wondering. All right, in DAIXRP.com, we're going to show you on social media, when you see something where someone says boom, those are always really interesting. Well, we're going to show you a boom inside of DAIXRP.com. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to say, why am I drawing a blank on his name? I was going to say hello to, what in the UK, it's, I'm drawing a blank on your name. I'm going to remember it in a second. If I don't, my dad will remind me, because my dad was standing there when you gave me the Zippo, and you're going to have to forgive me because I'm getting older and my memory fails me occasionally. Johnny from the UK. You can thank him for this Zippo that he gave to me as a present. Here we go.